What's up, guys? It's your girl CJ, and I'm back with another video. So first of all, I kind of want to, before I get into the Bible talk or whatever, I kind of wanted to give you guys like a rundown of what I wanted my channel to be like. To be fair, to be honest, I want my channel to be like it's me talking to you guys about God, and then me going straight from talking about God into vlogging. That's how I want it to be. That's the direction I'm gonna be taking this channel, and God willing. And so, like, I just want to be I just want to show y'all a natural, normal life. Uh, I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all Jacob at some point. I got a cat named Jacob, and he, you know what? Here, say hey, hey, Diddles. That's Jacob. This is Jacob, guys. That's sorry. That's Jacob. He's gonna be in a lot of the videos I shoot, but still, I'm not trying to take up a lot of time because my phone. I'm vlogging. Well, kind of vlogging. But I shoot videos off my phone. Phone always say you don't have enough storage at a certain point of videos, so I made enough space to be able to shoot these videos, to be able to do what I feel like the will of God is on my life, to a point. So you know what I'm saying, that's what I'm doing right now. Shooting the videos, telling y'all about Jesus Christ, telling y'all about what I'm learning, because my channel is Learning to Live. And when you look my channel up, it's youtube.com/learning to lean, because I'm learning to live, but I'm learning to live, but I'm also learning to lean on Jesus, and that's an everyday process. So I'm not gonna be looking perfect all the time on video or in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show everybody that just because we're Christian doesn't mean we're perfect. You know what I'm saying? We gonna error, we gonna make mistakes, but it's all about how we, you know what I'm saying, live our lives. But anyways, I want to get into this real quick conversation, and the conversation is about sacrifice, right? So Paul in 1 Corinthians 8, he was talking about, somebody brought up to his attention the matter of whether they should eat meat or not that was sacrificed to an idol. And Paul said this. He said that he told them that idols aren't real. Like, so when people make sacrifices to idols or so-called gods, people's gods, he said they're not real. So they ain't really sacrificing to nothing. It's not doing anything. But when you make a sacrifice for God or to God, it's doing a lot. It's actually doing stuff. But when people sacrifice to these idols and stuff like that, they're sacrificing to emptiness. So it's nothing from it. It's nothing to gain from it. It's nothing to lose from it. So besides a relationship with God, I'll say that. But yeah, so he was saying, people was asking, should they eat the food that was been sacrificed to the idols? And he basically said, yeah, you can eat it. You can eat the food sacrificed to idols. But he also said, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. Watch how you even though you can eat the food, but be careful of how you live your life, how you who you eat that food around, because there are some Christians that don't believe that you can eat food sacrificed to idols. And those Christians, they're basically, he's stating that their faith is a little bit smaller than, or weaker. You know what I'm saying? Their faith is weaker, is smaller than the faith of a person who would go into a temple and eat food that's been sacrificed to an idol. You know what I'm saying? So he said, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Don't make them sin. Don't cause them to sin. Don't cause them, meaning like, don't cause them to go against what they believe. You know, if God bring them to, you know what I'm saying, change their mind on their belief, then that's God. But don't you cause a person to go against their belief. Just like drinking. There is a lot of people out here teaching that you should not drink at all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fight against that because, I'm sorry. It's like it's like a piece of hair got in my mouth. But anyways, I don't fight against that at all, because there are some people that cannot handle drinking, and if they find out that they can drink, that it's okay. Well, if they find out that actually the drinking is okay, they would possibly, you know what I'm saying, overdo it, you know what I'm saying, or they'll possibly cause other people to start drinking or something like that. So the Holy Spirit within them allows them, or they allows their faith to be that small, or probably tell them not to drink. Holy Spirit probably tell that person not to drink or something like that, or those people not to drink. But for you, you could drink. But when you're around those people that cannot drink, or say that they can't drink, or say that you're not supposed to drink, are you supposed to fight with them about it? No. Conform, like, not conform to like their small beliefs, but conform to like their ways, in the way of not drinking. Don't conform into the worldly ways of sin and stuff like that, but be all things. I think it was Paul who said he when he's around different people, like he's all things. If he's around Jews, he acts like a Jew. He keeps himself up like a Jew and stuff like that, without denying Christ's death on the cross and what he did for him, without denying Christ. And also, if he was around Muslims, or people like Muslim, like let's say if I go around Muslims or something like that, or Muslim people and stuff like that, if they feel like they don't want to accept anything I say unless I wear I think they call it a burqa or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but the dressing and stuff like that. Well, then I put that on while I'm around them. I respect what they believe while I'm around them. Not their faith. I won't respect their faith, but I won't believe their faith and stuff like that. But I will respect that they have a belief that I should dress a certain type of way, and so I'll respect that, and I'll dress that type of way while I'm around them. While I'm ministering to them, if they won't accept my words of Jesus Christ, then I can show Jesus Christ through my actions, by loving them, by forgiving them, by talking to them, by, you know what I'm saying, being patient with them, being kind with them, because there's more than one way to show Jesus Christ. But that doesn't mean you go out all the time. You just go out right, just not talking about Jesus. No, you talk about Jesus, but there is a time and a setting. God gives you wisdom. Ask God for wisdom for when you should say something and don't say something. Because I have erred in my past when I've said something and did something, and you know what I'm saying, thinking I'm being spiritually right, but I'm being spiritually incorrect, and I'm hurting somebody from coming into the faith. I've done that plenty of times. Yes, I admit I did that plenty of times, and I feel bad about it, because those are people that came into my life, which I could have helped come to Christ. But first of all, my life wasn't right to help somebody to come to Christ. For me to be talking about the Lord to these people anyway, in the way I was, but I still shared my faith about Jesus Christ still, but still I was living a hypocritical life. So, but now that I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I have to be more wise in the way I do things, and wise in how I bring Christ to people. Like, some people like to yell at people and say, Christ, you're going to hell, you're going to die. For some, it's right, depending on how, depending on what God told them to say. Because what's that? Jonah, when he went to Nineveh, that's how he warned Nineveh. He said, you're going to hell if you don't stop. You this, that, and third. You're going to die if you stop, whatever. But for some, it's wrong, you know, because God called us to live a life of quietness, of like, you know what I'm saying, like being very, not quiet, like, but, you know, being very cool with your neighbors and people around you, you know what I'm saying, being a very neighborly person. Because if you're more loving to people are more receptive and respective of acceptive. I think it's receptive too, but I don't know. But the people are more acceptive of hearing about your faith and hearing about what you got to say about Jesus Christ, versus if you're always pushing them to Jesus, if you're always trying to force Jesus on a person, if you see a person, you're always trying to correct them and stuff like that. When you correct people, it's a time and a place to correct a person. Sometimes you say, hey, you did this wrong, or sometimes you just do it the correct way, and they'll see your actions. You know what I'm saying? But you do it in love, and sometimes you just don't do anything and you just pray. You know what I'm saying? So it's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that's how you live in wisdom, and that's how you sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? But by, you know what I'm saying, not taking your freedoms. Like, some people believe it's like cursing and stuff. Like, I tend to not believe that you can curse, but there are some people that believe that they can curse and stuff like that. Well, if you're that person that believes you can curse, be careful who you're around. Be careful what you say to people, say around people, certain people, and be mindful of the ears that's listening to you, because you could be more effective if you don't curse and talk to people versus if you do curse, because then you have this whole argument of cursing and why you cursing and you supposed to be this, you supposed, you start just think about all your ways, your actions, your this, that, and the third. Mind how people perceive you. Don't get so caught up in how people perceive you, that you're now getting mentally messed up. But do mind how people perceive you. Mind your actions, your character, and stuff like that. And that's a word for me. That was a word for me this morning. I didn't really realize it because when I was reading it, but when I went to church, it's so funny. It's so cool. When I went to church, God also brought that up in church service. So I tend to have to mind certain things about me because, like I said, I came out of homosexuality. I got characteristics, things I do, that's more boyish than femaleish, stuff like that. And so I have to mind those things in order to be able to reach more people versus me being so free conscious that, I can dress any way. I can, dress any way without sinning or do anything. I have to be more conscious about you, the believers out there, and whom I can touch versus me and my emotional feelings of, but I want to dress like this. I have to be more careful about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to switch up certain things about myself as far as like dressing. I ain't finna say I'm finna go all feminine, but I can tone it down. I can tone a lot of things about my own things down. So God is really, coming to me, talking to me and stuff like that. Like I said, this channel is called Learning to Live. I'm learning to live, so you learn to live. We all learn to live together. I pray to God give me more space or a camera or stuff like that with space so I can shoot my vlogs like I want to. But until then, the little videos that I do put up, y'all, here they are, And if you like them, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and, leave your comments down, on how you feel about whatever. I accept comments, whether they're right or wrong. I accept them all to, see what people's thoughts are and stuff like that. But I love you guys. I'm on 12 minutes now, so I'm gonna get off here before it shut me off. All right, I love you guys.